Hello, Makuta team again. The second product that I'd like to share with you that's been extremely successful for Dental Ventures of America is what we call our very special separator system. Again, it's a two-part system. The first product that we use is called Conditioner. And it's designed to condition the die, or actually it seals the die. It closes up any porous that's in the stonework, and actually just increases the strength of the die, but it really seals it also. At the time of our introduction of this product, almost all separators were of an oily type material. It was very oily, and it took up space when you applied it. So when we showed and introduced this product, it was extremely unique. The second part of the product is, in fact, the separator itself, and that's why we use it. So I'll go back to step one and just show you. Initially, this die would have been treated, would have been trimmed, and then treated if necessary with Zap-It. Any Zap-It that was necessary would have already been applied to either base up the die, eliminate any undercuts, or fill any bubbles. And then the first thing we want to do is seal the die. So we would open this up initially by pressing down and just making sure, make certain that the material is coming out. And then we simply make two rapid applications all around the die and its margins to seal it everywhere. Or if die spacer had been used, which we also have as a part of our system, is the die spacer. We have the entire die treatment system here, from Zap-It to the die spacer, and then the separator, and we have a very unique wax. So I have applied two simultaneous applications of the conditioner. Go around once, you go around twice, and then simply let it dry. Do put the top on them every time you use them. If you don't, they will evaporate. People only allow that to happen one time. So when it's dry, and it now is, we simply take the separator, again, make certain that it's activated, and simply paint the die with the separator, which actually just seals the die, allows wax patterns to come off and on. If they have to redo their margins over and over, it can be removed, reseated, removed, reseated 3, 4, 5 times without ever having to repaint, reapply separator on the die. The best thing we did in demonstrating this product was, I can take a die like this, simply apply some on, and you will see after a short period of time, it'll appear to be a little discolored, but it'll just feel like and appear as though there's nothing on it. We used to demonstrate it by, if you can come in as close as you can, Matt, we would apply a little bit to our thumb like this. They would see that it was wet, and after just a short period of time, they could touch it, and there's really nothing there. The appearance is that there's nothing there. If I were to use a competitive separator, they typically are oily. The other thing that was very much appreciated about this particular product, very simple to use, we virtually never, ever get customer complaints about it. They just use it and very much appreciate it. But another aspect that they liked about it is, chemically, the wax seems to really appreciate this particular chemistry. It doesn't tend to want to migrate away from the die. It doesn't curl up, and it doesn't shrink away from the margins the way it usually does from a oily based material. Wax just seems to like this material chemically. Now, the reason we sold it as a two-part system, and why it's important to use this particular, why it's advantageous to use this particular conditioner together, is number one, if they don't use it, the results can be somewhat inconsistent or unpredictable. Depending upon the density and the quality of the dye stone they're using, they could get different behaviors. So you can't really control what the customers are going to use, but if they simply apply the conditioner first, you will have beautiful performance from the separator, and your wax patterns will separate easier than from using any other kind. The other benefit to using this particular conditioner is these two are they will chemically bond, and the any dye spacer that they use will bond chemically. They're very similar, and they will bond together, so they won't find their dye spacers chipping or peeling off as they're putting their castings on and off of the dye. So it chemically is compatible with dye spacers, and it totally seals the dyes so that the separator is totally predictable. We do have people who use the separator without using the conditioner. We don't advise it, but they do, and they do it with success. But we like to sell them as a pair. I can't think of any other questions that would be applicable with respect to that. One other comment though, in terms of these two, we provide them in pen form like this, and we also provide it in a jar, the way many people like separators. By far we sell more pens, but we do have it in jars also. In this particular arrangement, if somebody were not using the jars and they were using the pens, they could put these things down into this unit and just use it to store on their bench. Okay, we hope that that's helpful for you, but that's a simple product and we sell lots of it.
Can you take a moment and touch on the Brilliance?
The Brilliance.
That insert I gave you with the right there, the tin.
Well, this is a surprise. Okay, what do you want me to touch on? The note that's in here about
Yes.
Brilliance? Okay, we include a note regarding Brilliance polishing paste that advises and says, important, please read, do not use with bioalloys or palladium alloys containing zinc or tin. This metal was made or this polish was made specifically for harder metals. The palladium alloys and the tin and zinc alloys are typically softer, and the materials that are made, the gold that is made specifically for biocompatible products, the ceramic alloy. So the softer alloys, the minor contents of them can cause. We've had an experience where one alloy turned dark, and we had that experience one time. I mean, they could repolish it, but it just caused it to turn dark chemically. So we just put that in there to tell people to use it for harder alloys, but we've only had one complaint about it in the 6 years since we've been marketing it. Okay, is that what you wanted me to talk about? All right, so I hope that covers it for you. Thank you.